Okay, this boring bar here is another thing that I got. This is a Chandler Duplex. It's a model D60, I want to say 60. It's the numbers like punched out. I think it's a D63, serial number 5188. And so what this allows you to do is you can set your boring bar at some offset distance and then just bore a hole like you regularly do. Or you can hold on to this and it moves the boring bar radially outboard. So you can do a facing operation with this too. And it just requires you to like hold this little disc here. And as it spins, it articulates the gears in here and this little slide. It's going to require some work cleaning it up. It's in pretty good shape. I think for the most part, it seems like it works. It turns freely. There's no funny noises or it doesn't feel gravelly. So I'm going to take it apart, give it a bath in some detergent, hopefully lift some of that grease off of there, get rid of the rust, and we'll see what we have to work with. Okay, guys, I got this back together. I mean, it's pretty straightforward the way it comes apart. There was two things that I found that were an issue. There's a bolt that goes through here and it screws into the other side here, and it's a stop for like the brass nut that this thing rides back and forth on. And I think what it's supposed to do is just to give it a positive stop so it doesn't like run into this little bracket here and pull it out. And then also this is missing. Apparently it's pretty common for these to like get lost, because in order to like use it like a regular boring head, you have to take this out. And so that it like releases this ring mechanism, and so you can like do rapid traverse and stuff like that on it. Okay, so I just made this. Obviously this company's out of business, so you can't order these anymore. Let me show you how it fits in here. Let me see if I can get it in the right one. For some reason there's two holes in there. Okay, sorry, this just stabs into this hole here. And earlier I showed you there's like a brass worm gear in there. And so there's 6 holes in that worm gear, and this unthreaded portion here is turned down to a smaller diameter. All right, so this fits through this little dial here. There's like a weird little spacer washer doodad in there also. And then this thing threads all together. So now when I turn this ring, all these parts are like meshed together. It doesn't transfer any power to this lead screw in here unless I have this little fastener here stuck through the part. So this basically meshes between that worm gear and this and the lead screw to make it actually turn. But okay, I read a whole bunch of different incorrect information on the internet. I just want to set this straight. All right, so this is a 1/4 thread. It's got a 1-inch shank. Okay, and then basically let me see, I turned down the outside area here. I think it's like about 0.35 inches. And then I just rounded the edge so that it, to make it so it engages any. So this is 1 inch long, 1/4 inch thread. And then like the tip of it, which is 0.35 inches, it gets turned down to about 1/8 or 3/16 of an inch. Let's see. Yeah, 3/16 of an inch. And I basically took a drill and just put them down in there to figure out what that diameter was on that worm gear so I could get this tip geometry right. I wanted to make it like kind of a tight fit so that there's not a lot of backlash. This little diameter, I didn't have any plans or anything, so I made this one 1/3 of an inch long, and then the handle's about 1/2 inch. After I turned down a 1/2 inch shank here and then knurled it, and obviously that like affected the outer diameter. But yeah, so total length is about 1.3 inches. This is 1/3 of an inch. This is 1 inch. And then this little straight shank portion is 0.35 inches. And so it's a 1/4 thread. I saw somebody else was saying that they're 10/24s or like 4 or 5 different things. Now, keep in mind, this is a D-68, so there's another version of this called the J. This is a different size. It may have the 10/24 threads or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, if you have a D-68 and you lose this little pin here, you need that clutch pin to make this all work. So anyway, I just made one. It was took me like 30 minutes to make it. It was pretty easy. But yeah, so it's cleaned up pretty good. I tested it on the milling machine early, and it runs pretty nice. I think this feels a little squirrely, like when you grab this ring here and it's turning. I think I'm gonna make like a stem that you could stick in this hole. I like the idea of attaching like a stick or something. I don't know if that's safer. It feels like if it's possible, you can feel this nut like touch your fingers when it's going around a circle, and it's a little bit disheartening. I definitely wouldn't run this like very fast at all. In fact, I looked in the manual, and they were saying this is a precision thing. No rough cuts, and so I think you kind of have to. It's for special applications, and you baby doll it a little bit. All these parts in here are very small, and so I don't expect like a lot of strength or durability. If you like have a crash or something, it's probably gonna be over. But yeah, anyway, this is how it turned out. Looks pretty good, works pretty good. I haven't cut anything on it yet, but I'm going to eventually get around to doing that. All right, that's all I got.